God is saying, leave the world behind. Where He's taking you, everybody cannot go. This path is a straight and narrow path that is designed only for you to walk. So you have to walk it boldly and confidently, despite what anybody else around you is saying or doing. Okay? I'm outside, y'all, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I was trying to catch the sun, but the sun keep going out and then everybody making all the noise. So excuse all of the background noise. Just try to focus, cause yeah, I gotta do this outside right now. Okay, now I didn't flip from the page, but we coming from Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. So you could be seeing number 713 or 317 or variation of 17s, 217, 717. Okay, so God is separating you to put you on your own path. He's breaking you away from the world, which is the families, traditions, systems that you have been accustomed to, the way you were brought up. He's now bringing you out of that so he can show you a different way, a different path. And many of you guys want something different. You've been praying for something new. You've been praying for a change in your life. You're looking for a fresh start. You're ready for something new. The environment that you're in is no longer serving you. It's now starting to deplete you or cause you to be stagnant. So God is removing you from that environment. Okay? So it says, enter through the narrow gate. Okay? For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. So many people follow the ways of the world. That's like, if you pay attention, everybody like to go in the same direction. And if you're the one that wants to do something different, especially like if you come from certain family systems, narcissistic family systems to be exact, you will always get black sheep and scapegoat and cast it out or seen as different when you want to take a different route than everybody else in your family has. So you automatically are outcasted, and that's all by God's design, because it's to separate you so that he can do a different work through you and show you a different way. And you're actually going to end up being the leader in your family bloodline to either break off certain curses, to and that's mainly what it is. It's to break off some sort of curse, no matter if that's like the curse of poverty, the curse of certain addictions, just certain issues that plague your family's bloodline. He's calling you to do it, which is why you are the one that's being set apart and called to walk a different path than everybody else. So it's going to be uncomfortable and it's going to be different. It's going to be weird, and you're going to have a lot of people who make you feel bad about taking this path. But you cannot let them make you feel bad, because this is how God has designed it specifically for you. And though your path looks different, do not feel like you're behind, or that you are missing out, or that you have took some type of loss. It might seem like a loss right now, but it's only the breakdown for the build up for what God is taking you. Okay, so it says, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction. Many people go the regular traditional routes. You know, they do what society says you should do. They take these paths, and that doesn't work out for everybody. When everybody goes the same way, oftentimes it leads them to a path of destruction. It leads them to feeling like they're lacking. It makes them miserable. It sends them down these spirals where they get into certain addictions, all because they are living a life that was never for them, but it was forced on them. So to cope with that lifestyle that they have to keep up, because the world and society says that they have to fit this image and in this type of system, they force themselves to do it, and they be miserable because of it. So they fall into destructive behaviors, sinful behaviors that lead to nothing but corruption, internal, spiritual suffering, and physical. And God is saying he don't want that for you. So that's why he's separating you. He is putting you on your own path, and you feel alone. You feel like you're being isolated and like it's punishment, but it's not punishment. It's preparation for where he is taking you. He's putting you on a path so that you can inherit eternal life and that you can have peace all of your days, not just some of your days or never. Because most people, though they have materialistic things that the world says you should have, they have no peace inside. And peace is one of the highest forms of frequency. If you don't have peace, babe, you have nothing. Your money means nothing when you still live in fear and shame, and you got to keep up all these false facades just to keep up with an image and for the world. God does not want that for you. Okay, so he's separating you so he can show you some different things. All right, he wants to send you on your own straight and narrow path so that you can really learn who you are, whose you are, why you're here. He's trying to show you your purpose. Many of y'all are looking, y'all feel like y'all don't know y'all place in the world because you never fit in nowhere. And so he's trying to show you your place in the world and why he called you here. There is a reason for you being here, even though you felt like life has been so hard and you've never fit in nowhere. Nobody has accepted you. You've been rejected time and time again. But God is saying it was rejection because it was his protection. Rejection is God's protection and redirection. So oftentimes he uses rejection to get you to go a different way so that he can get your attention. And that's why many of you guys are in isolation right now. It's so that he can have your full, undivided attention, so he can teach you what he needs you to know, so you can birth these businesses, these ministries. He's trying to have you walk into your calling. Okay. And that's why he needs you focused, free of distraction, on your straight and narrow path. He needs you isolated. He needs you to yourself so that he can get to you. Okay. Just like many of these narcissistic, toxic abusers, they like to isolate their victims so that they can get full control and do what they want to do with the person. God is the original isolate so he can do what he want to do with you, but it's always for your good, not for evil, like the devil, aka them narcs. It's different. Okay, because he's about to birth something great through you, but you got to participate. You got to be willing to choose the path. It's like you got free will. You either gonna take this path or you gonna take that one. You gonna take the one that everybody, you gonna take the road most traveled because everybody's walking that way, or you gonna be the one that take the risk and have the courage to go a different way, the one that everybody else isn't going down. Okay. And that's what he's saying. He wants you to stay on this path, even though it's going to be so much that you face on this path. The straight and narrow path is going to be so much that you face on that path, but it's going to help build you up, and you're going to come out stronger, wiser, and even richer in the end. You just got to stay down till you come up. Not only physically rich, but spiritually rich and physically. Okay. So it says, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through that way. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Many people go the road most traveled in society, doing what society say do, and they never find out what their purpose is in life. They never understand what a relationship with God is like. They're spiritually depleted, and their souls are gone because they don't have that connection to God. They don't have that connection to having peace. They don't know why they're here, and that's why God is separating you so he can give you that. You're going to have something, and he's giving you something that many people don't have. They're just existing. They're not living. They're just existing. They're just day by day. That's why you hear a lot of people say, I don't know, I'm just hanging in there. I'm just taking it day by day. They don't know whether they're coming or going. They don't know. And many people will follow behind them, letting the blind lead the blind, and they all being led down to the rabbit hole. God don't want you going down that same rabbit hole. He's calling you out of the rat race. He's calling you out of all of the dysfunction, all of the toxic ways of the world, so that you can walk your own straight and narrow path. But you have to understand that this is okay to do. You're on the right path, even though it looks different than a life that you used to live. Because at one point, you used to be in the world. You used to follow some of them paths, and none of it really made sense to you all the way. You didn't really agree with it all the way then either. Like some of y'all were working certain jobs and doing certain things because your family said this is what you do, because the society says this is what you should do, but it never really brought you peace. It never really made you happy. Okay, so God, and you was praying to get out of that, and God brought you out of it, and it came as maybe a loss of a job, you got fired or laid off or evicted or something like that. It was nothing but him closing that door to open up a different one. And you have to be willing to partner with him to walk the path and take the journey to get into the new that he has for you, regardless of what it looks like. Okay, but you when your steps are ordered by the Lord, it's not going to always make sense, and it's definitely not going to make sense to people in the world. So you cannot seek advice from them thinking that they're going to be able to help you with this. You got to like just take it all to God and only align with people who are on that same walk with y'all, which is why God is putting me in y'all path and many other people like me in y'all path, the ones who came out of the world and taking a different path. We don't no longer want to be a part of the traditional working world, the traditional schooling systems, all of the traditional holidays and all that. A lot of us is coming out of that and going onto a different path that God is leading us on, the path of truth and righteousness for real. That is what he's doing for you in this season. So stay down till you come up. Trust your process. Like, it's going to be rewarding at the end. It's just a journey to getting there, but you are exactly where you're supposed to be.